Afro-Brazilian culture is a very complicated thing to talk about, mainly for Brazilians, because I believe um, other nationalities do respect more Brazilian cultures than the Brazilians themselves. I'm not generalizing it. I'm not saying I'm right in my words, but this is what I see. That's what I have noticed around the world. We, when I travel with capoeira, when I travel with Afro-Brazilian culture, is the culture is a little bit different than what I actually learned back on the days. You know, I can't get it right in my head when you say you need to protect your people, you need to be resistant, you need to be strong, you need to fight against the system, you need to change the words, you need to make sure the blacks will have the same rights as the whites. And you can't even say good morning properly to your mother. You can't ask for the blessing of your parents before you leave the home or when you wake up or when you go to sleep. I don't know, maybe I learned it on the wrong way. Maybe what I'm saying here right now is nothing to do with Afro-Brazilian culture. But for 23 years, I learned it from home. I didn't have to go to the school. I didn't have to go to a different neighborhood to see how the world works. You know, I didn't have to leave my city in Brazil and down south to understand how the racism was big back then on the time. And the only way to fight the racism was not giving a damn about it. Because the more you keep putting fuel to the fire, it's gonna make the fire bigger. So I always treat it as it never existed in my life because I've been strong enough to fight it without worrying about the consequence. Whenever anyone tried to put me down, that was my decision to be down or to stand up again. So I never let the system corrupt me. Like I see some of my friends, my brothers, sisters, family members, talking about politics all the time, talking about nonsense, talking about things what they want to change, but they don't want to do anything to change it. They don't want to move forward. They don't want to change the way they live. They don't want to change the way they speak. They don't want to get educated. Because one thing I know about being black, we are a pain in a lot of people's eyes. We are. And there is nothing more powerful than a black man who has been educated properly. A black man who can speak different language. There's nothing more dangerous of a man who knows its rights. You know. When you know what you're doing with your life, you became a threat to the government. You become a threat to people who want to dominate you. You become a threat to a society who see you on the level below. It's really, really powerful. Now, it's not with aggressions, it's not with fights, physical fights, it's not with trying to empower something that is not trying to change the world with screaming. You just need to be yourself, you just need to be a simple person. You just need to make sure people get your message. You just need to make sure wherever you are, people will know who you are because of your good vibes, not because what people are telling you out there. I don't give a damn what people think about me. As long as I am paying my own bills, I have the right to decide what I want to do with my life. But at the same time, I need to make sure those people will understand I'm not a threat for them and they mean nothing to me as in a threat way. I don't feel threatened by no one. I don't feel no one wants to put me down. I don't feel no one can take advantage of me. Sometimes I keep my mouth shut. It's just because I don't want to go into arguments. Because, sometimes it's nice when you just wake up in the morning and you look at the sky and say, today is going to be another day. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a day when something will happen, something good will happen. Even though everything is shit. Even though there's a big storm going around, there's wind, it's raining, you wake up with pain on your knee or you don't have a great night of sleep. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares. And you are the one who can change that. You are the one who can decide if you want to have a good day or a bad day. Regardless of what's going to be happening. Luke, how are you doing, Luke? How are you keeping, buddy? I hope you're well. My phone is in a big delay. I have no idea who is here, who is not in here. So, thanks for coming. Don't forget to leave your like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share this page. Don't forget even to tell me to shut my mouth. Everything is allowed in this channel, as you know how we work around here. So I'm just back from holiday and I'm back. I know for 3 weeks I disappeared. I was doing nothing but drinking, talking to my family. I was enjoying my time. I was not worried about anything. I didn't even know if the war was still happening around the world, which I know it was, but I disconnected with the world for 3 weeks, and that was a blessing. That was a fantastic blessing. I could go back home and I could recharge my batteries and understand a lot of things which I knew, but for some reason I have forgotten because I'm not practicing them, which is the black culture. Now, when we talk about black culture, I mean nothing special, but just go back on time, understand where I come from, understand what I'm doing for my life and family. One thing you're going to see in the black culture which is very powerful is family. How you can get together, how you can be together, how you can actually, how strong you can be. The hours on holiday for 3 weeks in Turkey didn't know. Buddy, holiday was beautiful. Holiday was nice. The traveling to get to Brazil was like, no, God Almighty, what a journey. That was one of the worst. When I say the worst, don't get me wrong. The time when you are in Brazil is absolutely fantastic. It's beautiful. It's amazing. To get there, 42 hours trip is a killer. Really, is a proper killer, And then on the way back, just to get to Brazil, we had a delay 2 hours on the flight. On the way back, our flight being cancelled from 7 in the morning, so we had to take another flight, which was almost 5 p.m. and it was a proper nightmare to get back home. Anyway, holiday was beautiful. Really enjoyed that. But there is nothing better than sleeping on your own bed, even though you are not with your beloved. But when you just sleep in your bed, it's just nice. You use your own toilet, it's great. No, but don't get me wrong. Next year, I want to go back to Brazil. I want to go on holidays again. As I said, I was just recharging the batteries. Once you are with your people, you connect with your family. I spend great time with my mother, with my father, my sister, niece, nephews, friends. It was amazing. I wouldn't change nothing. It's just the time to get there, God Almighty. It is a killer. Trust me, it's not easy. And it's a kind of an expensive trip too, okay? Don't think it's any cheap to get to South America. Not at least to Brazil. Gosh. But yeah, once again, when I go back home, sometimes I notice things which sometimes I do not practice eating here. I'm trying to teach my son, but it's a completely, well, it's not completely waste. It's just a hard task. It's a very, very hard task to do. Why? First, you are far away from your family. So every morning when we wake up in Brazil, at least in my place, in the south of Brazil, in my family, what we do, we ask for the blessing of the elderly to start the day. So I don't just stand up and say, hey mom, hey dad, and walk. No. Mom, please give me your blessing. Dad, please give me your blessing. That's the way we start the day, asking for this protection. It's simple few words when mother say, God bless you. This change our life and give us this power to get started with a nice day. That's how we do it in my place. And here we don't do that. I don't, when we talk about black culture, about black people, they've been mistaken with making a lot of shit around the area where I live. And they say we should be the power, black power, the resistance, we should fight against the system. I don't want to fight against no one, I just want to live my life. Oh, but we have to fight for our rights. Well, I have my own rights, I fight for my rights. But I don't need to fight with the world for my rights. Okay? Back on the days, Martin Luther King said, I have a dream when black and white are going to be treated the same. Of course, that dream is still need to come true in a lot of places. But for a lot of us, we got it already. I'm not talking about other people, I talk about myself. I don't care what other black people are doing up there. I talk about me. What I have done back on the days to get to the place where I am right now. Okay, and I never have to corrupt myself. I don't bother about people going outside the racism, love, Black Lives Matters, and all this kind of thing. It's just to get some money. It's not gonna get without me. They will try. They will try hard, but it's not gonna come out of me. I'm not going to protest when they say Black Lives Matters, and then people are walking on the street on the protest, and some black guys are just there sleeping on the corner on the pavement. Nobody goes there and give them a hand to stand up and go and, okay, come with us. We are fighting for your rights. We're fighting for you. We're helping you. They are not doing it. Nobody's doing it. The only time you're going to see this protest is because someone is sponsoring it. There's money involved. And I'm talking that as a black person. I don't give a shit what people talk about me. But some of the Brazilians I met here in the UK, they invite me to go to the unis, or they invite me to go to the college, or they invite, all the time I have an invitation to go somewhere to give a speech about black lives, about what's happening around the world, what's right, what's wrong. Don't ask the questions if you don't want to hear the right answer. Okay? There's a lot to say, and I'd rather to keep my mouth shut instead of start offending people out there, because that's exactly what's going to be happening. Because whatever you are fighting for is not for the culture, is not for your people, is not for our people. Because this thing, whatever, when you restart already like anything, like let's save this jungle, Black life matters, or this life matters, or that thing is the most important. Let's fight against this. I'm out of it. Okay? Everywhere where you are, you don't protect anything. If there is no money involved, if you're not put any money on your pocket, you are not saving anyone, you are not protecting anyone, you are saving your pockets. That's what I see a lot of people doing there, protecting their pockets, make some money. I'm working as hard as I can. Why? Just to pay taxes, so some other people, they can take the advantage of the tax I'm paying, and they live for free. They claim things which I'm not able to claim. And they get much more money than what I get working hard my ass in here. Why am I bothered about going to this kind of protest to try to help someone? I cannot help people who don't want to be helped. I cannot do anything for no one if they don't accept it. But when I say that, I try to help people. How? I try to go and give people the chance, the opportunity to do something, to get something, to go somewhere, to become someone. What they want, just give me money. You can offer them whatever you want. You can offer them an opportunity to change their lives. What they want, just give me some money. I'm not bothered about what you can get to me. Look, I have some food, I don't want food, I want money. How many times I have made projects in here of cooking for the homeless, cooking at home, put in the back of my motorbike or my car, and just go and give these foods to people on the streets. How many times I've heard, I don't want your food, I want money. I don't have money, so leave me alone. Many, many times I heard that. Many. And then people is still gonna say to me, why are you wasting your time? For me, it's not a waste of time. For me, I offer help. If you accept my help, I will be there for you. If you don't want my help, whatever. I'm not losing anything because if I find 10 homelesses on the street today, at least two people will listen to me. They don't give a shit who I am. They are not bothered about what I'm saying. But at least in that time, they're going to have the respect and be there with me. They're going to have their food. We're going to be talking and we make friendships. How many friends have you made on the streets? Because people think when you go out on the street, it's because you are a loser. It's because you didn't succeed in life. That's what everyone thinks. Oh, these people are lazy. They don't want to get a job. They just want to beg. They just don't want to try anything else. Sometimes we don't ask ourselves, what was the reason these people ended up on the streets? Not everyone who is on the street, they are a lazy bones. Not all of them. Sometimes situations take them to the streets. It's complicated to talk about it. It's really most organizations just want to take advantage of people. That's exactly what I think. Look, I think like that. Look, if you want to help someone, you don't need to be an organization. You can just wake up one day and then say, right, I'm going to give some money to someone today because I feel like I want to do a good action. And then you think, no, in fact, I'm going to give this money to the Red Cross or to this organization, to that organization, because they're going to be a better job than what I can. I'm going to be safe. I don't want to get involved with anything what's happening around the world, but I did my part. And then you give like, what, 5 quid, 10 quid a month to someone who you don't know who they are. You have no idea what they are doing with that money. They just tell you what they're going to do, but do you really believe these organizations, they will do what they tell you? Because I can see a lot of people, they are there volunteering, but there's a lot of people who get paid for all of that. And where is the money to pay them? Where is this money coming from? I had experience with with the Red Cross before. I had experience with other organizations when they said they are protecting people, they are taking water to Africa, they are giving food to people who are starving. At the end, they were offering me like books and t-shirts if I raise my fees. So I was paying like 7 quid. We're talking about many years ago. A guy on the street, well, we are helping Africa. Every liter of water you buy, or every money you send, we're going to build some wells in Africa and people have water. They're going to have food. Okay, 1 year. Second year, I started having phone calls. Right, well, you've been helping us with 7 quid a month. How about if you raise your fees and you pay 14 instead? So we have the chance to help more people. And as an exchange for your help, we're going to send you every month a t-shirt made by one of the people in Africa. I'm like, okay, but no, I'm not interested. Like, I want to help with the £7 and that's it. The following week, I get another phone call from somebody else. How you doing, Mrs. Alves? I know you've been here with us for over a year, so, we have another proposition for you. You can help us with £14 a month and you can send us a t-shirt. But if you want to help us with £21.50, I still remember that, a month, we can send you books, we can send you t-shirts, we can send you some souvenirs, and then as a way to say thank you for your gesture of helping people out. And I'm thinking, what the hell you guys are doing with my money then? Because book, you need to pay for it. You need to pay for your t-shirt. Where is that coming for free? I don't want any souvenir. I don't want anything you guys can send to me to say, oh, I'm helping you, just a way to say thank you. No, I'm wondering, what the hell are you doing with the money people are paying for the Red Cross? Because if you are making t-shirt, someone's getting money, not those people who you promised us or promised me you are giving water to them. I started thinking about it and it started giving me like, what kind of culture are you guys helping or protecting? Or what are you doing for the people out there? Because it absolutely is nothing to do with me or things what I believe. So I don't give a damn about what you guys are doing, but I'm not paying the 7 quid anymore. Well, so we're going to keep the 7 quid as you... No, I'll tell you what then. Bye. I will subscribe that I stop paying for it. So whenever I want to help someone, what I do, 7 quid, what can I do with 7 quid? But I can go to the McDonald's, I can go to Aldi, I can go to some small shop here, I can buy some food and go and give to someone who is in need. I can buy for a fiver and then go give 2 quid to those people. And someone will say, well, if you give money today, they're gonna go and they're gonna drink alcohol. I don't care. They are on the street, not me. If they are hungry, if they ask for food, I'll give them food. If some of them gonna say, well, can I have some food? And they say, yeah, would you like a beer? But would you pay me one? Say yes, because I like beer. I can pay you one. I don't mind. I can pay you one, and that's it. Because I know you're gonna get your beer in the end of the day. I know I'm not paying you any drugs. I'm not gonna give you bigger money because I can't afford it. If you are hungry, I can buy food for you for a week, but I'm not give you big money. But 2 quid is nothing. It's just something what is in my pocket. But if that's gonna make any change for you, now I'm gonna give that in the best of the intentions. If they're gonna do something different with that money, it's not my business. I'm doing my part. Well, you are helping to get them killed. Well, what are you doing to change it? When you talk about black culture. Eu vi o sol, eu vi a lua clarear, eu vi meu bem dentro do canavial. 7 e 7 são 14, e por mais 7 é 21. Eu tenho 7 berimbau, cada dia eu toco um. Eu vi o sol, eu vi a lua clarear, eu vi meu bem dentro do canavial. Today the truth is most one of the fingerprints, the hardest thing. Find out this. Yeah, I agree with you, right? Look, one thing what I was absolutely surprised what I saw, Luke. As I'm coming back from Brazil, my flight to come back to England on Saturday was 7 a.m. It was 10 past 7 in the morning, and the flight got cancelled. So they reallocated me for a flight 3:30, which was delayed by 1.5 hours. So I was in Portugal from 5. So I was 11 hours in Portugal waiting for my flight to come back to England. I never seen so many homelesses in a small place like inside the entrance of the airport. And I'm not saying the entrance, I'm saying inside. People are just walking inside the airport and they were begging for money. Or can I have some money? With all the skills of the world they could bring into that one. Well, I need some money. Can I have some money? Please help me. Please, I'm hungry. Please, I'm da-da-da. Please give me some cash. I need to buy food. I need to buy whatever. And I'm looking at them, look, I don't have money. Oh, you must have something. You must have something you are eating here. And I said, look, if you want to eat something, don't be shy. You can go there and you can ask for whatever you want. But I can't give you money. I don't have the money. And some of these people, they wouldn't believe. How come you don't have money? I say, because I simply don't. What can I tell you? First, everything now is on the phone. If it's not on, I don't even carry cards with me anymore. Everything is electronic. I can use my smartphone to pay for everything. So if you want food, you can go and get some food. But I'm not giving you money because I don't have the money. But it was all one after the other, all the time, rotation of people begging for money. And I'm just thinking, yes, some of these people, they really don't need to do that. They are really taking the piss because you see them well dressed to be someone who is actually struggling or starving or whatever. But also you see genuine people like need of help, but they are the ones not coming after you and beg for anything. They're just there. I got to Brazil. When I arrived in Brazil, I was in the bus station in São Paulo waiting for my bus to go to the south. And I went for a cigarette in the smoking area. And it was a guy in there, like half asleep, he had his clothes on, he had socks and a flip-flop. And I was thinking, well, this one has a hard life. So I just came to the guy and I said, look, are you alright? And then the guy said, I'm hungry. Would you like me to get you something to eat? Yes, please. That was it. I just went there, I got like few bits for him to eat, like some cokes and snacks. I brought to him and I gave to him. He just looked at me, thank you for that, God bless you. That was it. He didn't ask where I was, he didn't ask for money, he didn't ask for nothing to start with. But you can tell this person is struggling here. So it's my choice if I want to help them or not. I decided I want to help this person. And I don't want nothing from them. I just want to help because I believe this person was in need. I did my part. Now I didn't care who he was, his name. I didn't care about anything. I didn't even bother of staying there and listening to his monologue. I didn't want to hear any lies. I just want to give food to someone who was starving. That was it. Now I don't care if he took that food and he went to exchange for drugs. I don't care. He didn't ask me for nothing. I asked if he was okay, and he said he was hungry. But he never asked me for, can you buy me anything? I said, are you hungry? Yeah, fine. I went there and I bought the thing and I gave to him because I believed he was hungry. Now, if he's gonna eat, he's gonna give to the dog, he's gonna throw in the bin, if he's gonna swap it for drugs, it's not my business. I just want to help someone who I believe was in need. Now I see a lot of people here, dressed well, with Nike on the shoes, nice hairstyle, mobile phones on their hands. Well, I need some money because I'm starving. I know what starvation is. I know what is not to have even one single grain of bean to eat. I know what is starvation. I know how hard life gets when you are on the streets. I was there. I know what you need to do to survive on the streets, on the cold nights, on the hot days, when people look at you like they believe you are the waste of the human, you know. You are simply a waste of space on earth. That's what people think about you when you are on the street. And I know it because I was there many years ago. People look at you and they look at you like they want to spit on you, they want to pee on you, they swear at you. I've seen a lot of things on the street. I've seen a lot of things when people in need, they are the ones who are going to contribute with you the most. Because if they get a piece of bread, they're not gonna eat that alone. They're gonna come to you and say, "Look, I got a piece of bread. Let's share it." And it doesn't matter if it's gonna be 2, 3, or 4, or 5 people around you. These people, they will share the minimum of what they have. If they have, as I said, one slice of bread, they're gonna share one slice of bread with as many people as in need around them. Of course, there's other people as well who go in a different way, doing some crimes and try different vibes. Now, I cannot generalize. I cannot put everyone in the same, in the same basket because I know there are great people out there. It's not everyone, but there are great people out there. There are. Pois é seu moço, hoje a vida continua. Ô capoeira, ô menino de rua. Hoje é seu moço, hoje a vida continua. Quando eu era moleque, eu era discriminado. Muita gente me dizia pra deixar capoeira de lado. Dizia que capoeira era coisa pra maloqueiro, que eu devia ir pra escola, estudar pra ganhar muito dinheiro. Mas o tempo foi passando, isso só ficou pra trás. You got me. Oh boy. first rule of the street. What's the first rule of the street? I don't know. I don't know anymore. But I can tell you, I don't live there anymore. But I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, God Almighty, look at that, I'm getting bold. Ah! You see, look, this is called age. I'm getting bloody bold, but God Almighty, what's wrong with me? What has happened to me? Wow. Life. Oh boy. Rule number 1 of the street. The street is not your friend. So whatever is on the street is a trap. Rule number 2. Someone always will get hurt. Just make sure it's not you. And the rule number 3, remember rule number 1 and number 2. That might make you survive a little bit more of that.